Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Mosballen. Welcome back to How to Make MT. So I've been dropping this every week. The noties haven't been going out for it because for some reason I decide to stream on Sundays and stuff like that, so it messes up the notifications so bad. So the views haven't been there, but if you guys want, the past few episodes have been there and you guys can watch them. They're all great. I think every week we're gonna show different methods to make MT. Basically I'm showing the methods from the past, so I won't go over the same exact stuff. We could just look at it like super fast, but same stuff as always. The skills challenges like Wagner's price went slightly up, Zion, Poku. There's all these challenges that people need to do so they buy the better versions of certain cards. Obviously if they don't have the token version or they just want one that's gonna make their job easier. Now we haven't gotten any moments, so no moments challenges to make our jobs easier in that sense, but we did get some cool evos. So if you were investing in Tyson Chandler, in Robert Parrish, in Collins, or in Bob McAdoo, you were able to make some money. So obviously you couldn't predict the players, but I always tell you guys, we knew that obviously big men were coming or small forwards, power forwards, so you were able to invest in a little bit. I had a couple John Collins. These were all like under 2K from when they came out before, and I sold them for 8K. Thank you. And now honestly our main method this week, I showed you guys, I made a quick little video, was the ornament balls. Ornament balls were going for so much. I sold a bunch that I already redeemed previously in the last video I dropped throughout this week. I dropped one on Friday and I said I'd never do that, but it was just such a big method to make MT, I had to. And here we go, Suns for almost 20K, and I didn't pay too much for any of these. Honestly, we were getting these pretty cheap, fairly cheap, and it's a way for us to make our MT right back. So the only way to get ornament balls was one of two ways, right? One of two ways. You had the method to either pull them in the packs that just came out, right? They're in the new packs, or the other method was to snipe them, and people were throwing them up for pretty cheap, so you were able to buy them cheap and be able to get it. Now, one of the best ways to buy cards that most people never ever talk about is bidding on. So you could always bid on cards, especially when they're all ending at around the same time. You guys will see I have a couple that didn't sell. I could have definitely made more. I definitely could have bought more. I definitely could have enjoyed more. I bought some badges. I'll show you guys that right now. You guys saw that guard up just sold for that price. My off ball sold for this price. So that site I told you guys about last time, I checked and Green Machine is missing on this man, the one and only Carmelo. So I seen that really fast, so I bought that. He's also missing off ball Pest, so I'll grab those real quick, whatever I see more or less. 2.8. I should buy that one too. The more I have the better, because I'm just gonna sell them all. So I'm selling these badges a few days later. If I would have sold them the first day that Melo came out, which is when I bought them, I would have definitely been able to sell these for 8 to 9K, but I didn't do that, and that's stuff like, that's mistakes on my part. I just didn't have time. I wasn't in the right mindset, mood, and all that. But regardless, we did make some MT, and we're still saving our badges for the big stuff. Big stuff coming soon. I could feel it. I just sense it. So I'm just ready and I'm excited. And this week, I got 4,500. I clicked off fast, but I got some decent values from the exhibition. Exhibitions are an easy way to make MT. Yes, you don't really get the greatest prizes all the time, but you can pull a Hall of Fame patch. You can literally get some basketballs that might get you something good. You literally never know. I have a bunch of basketballs that I'll actually open right now. I'll take care of the silver, the gold, and the globe since I got those from exhibitions to see if I could have made some money off of these. So the silver ink ball was obviously an L, 250 MT from that one, but it only took one game to open. Let's see what we're gonna get out. The globe ball, please. Good. And we get a deluxe season 2 world showcase. You never know what could come out of there, so we'll take that. Our gold ink ball gives us 4 tokens, so nothing good from those. Now, one of the really good rewards you could get from exhibition are these sapphire coaches. People underestimate them. Yeah, they sell for like 1, 2K, whatever it may be, but if you guys take a look, this is what a lot of people have been telling me. We'll take a look right here at Steve Nash. I can add this to the exchange for a Ruby coach. Now, Ruby coaches are expensive. They got some value. They're harder to pull. They're harder to find around. So if you do the math, you could buy 3 sapphire coaches for about less than 3K each. Say 3K each. So if I buy 3, that's 9K. And then the cheapest ruby is 12K. So that's guaranteed profit right there. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's worth it, especially after like this video goes out. I appreciate every single person that's told me this before. You guys trying to drop the sauce to people. And obviously we're all here to help each other. But at the end of the day, once like certain methods drop, like it's impossible to make MT after that, right? Or not impossible, but it becomes harder. So I still think this will be a profitable method, just not as much. We'll see how it goes. We'll see all that. I've never used this before. I know it's been there. It's been there for a while. It's always been there. You can even do this with even higher, but rubies are too expensive to try to do it for like other things. The ruby prices are starting to come down, so it becomes a little bit like, you know, is it really still worth it? Should we continue to do this? What's the vibe? We got Doc out the first one, and the second one we get another Doc. So now the question is it worth it to throw it in for an Amethyst coach, right? That's the real question. Is it worth it? So like I was saying, ruby coaches did go down in price. They definitely did. But let's do the math. Because the way I see it is if you're able to snipe some of these cards, you're able to get them for cheap, then it becomes worth it, right? So the Ami is worth, Taylor Jenkins is about 36, 38. We'll say 38 because there's 38s up. 36 is kind of a snipe. Let's see who the second coach is. J-Kid is a 45, I see 44, 43, around there. Okay, so that wouldn't be worth it if we're obviously doing it with the rubies like this way, because you're gonna be spending about 12, 13K. You need 4 of them, so you're gonna end up spending more than you'd make from the Ami one. Now, if you just had the ruby coaches, like you were just doing it as a exchange thing, like you were doing these exchanges to get this exchange to do that exchange, it's not that bad of a method. Definitely not. The sapphire to ruby one was the most profitable. It has been and it always will be, especially that, like I said, you get the sapphires from the exhibition, for example. You get those basically for free, and instead of selling them for 2 to 3K, you were able to put them together and make one that was worth 12K. So that was always a little bit better, a little bit more profitable. So I put up all the ruby coaches that I had originally, and Nick Nurse sold for about 13K. I wonder if the rest will sell, but now you know that this is like a thing. Our Mike Malone sold for 11.9K. And now that you guys are fully trust me about this whole best of super packs, if you guys were questioning me ever in the past, but best bigs came out, best guards are out. So guess what's next? Best forwards, wings, something along those lines. So it's gonna be small forwards, power forwards. Now you would have to know which cards already came out, right? Because of the power forwards. Not all the power forwards are out. Like there's small forward power forwards that aren't, obviously. And then there's also shooting guard small forwards that didn't drop in the guard ones. Like there'll be small forward shooting guards or whatever. So you'd have to be familiar with the Amis and stuff like that. And then this is where you start collecting them, start having them in your arsenal, whoever they might be, just holding on to them for the future, seeing if they go up. So make sure you make your investments in your Amis. Obviously, I can't tell you who they are. No idea. I've been talking to people. Spontaneous, the man who's made so much so far off these, has said, this is his theory, there might be, just think about this, all right? Ready for it? There might be diamond evos. Since the first 3 weeks we have Ami evos, maybe they push them to diamond evos. It is definitely a possibility. So make sure you guys are getting ready for that. Those drop on Tuesdays, don't forget. I personally usually look for cards for around 2K. Just so if like that's not the card, I don't lose too much. But you can literally search by name, figure out who it is, and buy them up to like 3K. Because if you hit on those, literally if you're buying them for 3K, 4K, 5K even, they end up going for like 15 when they first drop. So once again, we learned something big last Tuesday, and that was that you can check who the evos are about an hour before they drop. About an hour. So be on the lookout for that in game, so you can go ahead and purchase whoever it is. You might be one of the first people to notice it, and then you're able to buy them before their prices increase, and then you're able to sell them before everybody else and make that bank. So that's the main stuff for now. A lot of people are going to be doing beyond level 40. Right now it's all Trae Young stuff, but it can become more team stuff moving forward. So there might be some things that increase promos. It might be things that increase Hawks players, for example. You never know what it could be. So be on the lookout for these in the future. Also, win the weekend is always one thing you can like pay attention to. People are doing these like deck the whole cards aren't super cheap, because people need to buy at least 7 of these if they want the 4K XP. You know what I'm trying to say? And literally never forget these as well. The weeklies, look, literally an option pack. Well, people are going to try to take advantage of this stuff always. So you take advantage of it your own way. Do your own thing, put your twist on it. I try my best to tell you guys what to do to make some MT. Make sure you do your free Amex MyTeam challenge. This is American Express. There's a Hall of Fame badge in here. There's 2 diamond shoe boosts. You can make money off your shoe boosts, and this expires in about a week. All right, so you don't want to miss this. It's on semi-pro. It's not even a full game. What was this? This was a Whoa, you just needed 10 points, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds as a team. You could do XP in it, and the game ends pretty fast, so that's definitely dope. I haven't done my signature challenge yet, and there's a Hall of Fame badge in there, and Hall of Fames add up, man. Definitely add up. So make sure you guys are doing all that. I hope my tips are helpful, as always. With all that said, it's been your boy Ballin. I'm trying my best to teach you guys the auction house whenever we can. If you guys would want some sniping advice, let me know, and I'll make that happen next episode, okay? If you want, like, actual sniping tips. But with all that said, it's been your boy Y'all know the drill. And ballin'.